Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, in an increasingly competitive tourism industry, Tourism Minister the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar says the Bahamas must up its game to stand out among its Caribbean competition. While he says tourism has been largely stagnant for years, the minister says his ministry has plans to breathe new life into the industry that will see the country reaping the benefits in the coming years. Cleopatra Murphy has that story.
International tourist arrivals in 2016 peaked at 1.2 billion, contributing $1.4 trillion to the global economy. Of those figures, Tourism Minister the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar says 6.2 million made it to the Bahamas in 2016, contributing $2.4 billion to the economy. He says with more countries realizing the impact tourism can have on their economies, the Bahamas must work hard and smart to maintain its relevance.
Recognizing the fierce competition globally in the field of tourism, it is a national imperative that we overhaul the tourism industry and put it on track to fast growth. It is imperative that we provide the level of customer service that our brand demands and our visitors expect to ensure that we continue to maintain our competitive edge. Further, the Bahamas is regarded as a high-end or expensive destination to visit, which makes it even more important that we deliver value for money.
The minister, who was making his contribution to the budget debate Thursday, says it will require finding exciting things for tourists to do by including culture and creating a welcoming environment. He says downtown must be revitalized.
We will oversee the remaking of downtown Nassau into a residential city. People working and living in a city center brings dynamism and soul to that city. Other major infrastructural developments that must be carried out downtown will include the wholesale refurbishment of the Port of Nassau and Festival Place, the gateway to our city.
De Aguilar says renewed focus must be placed on growing niche markets, adding also that government intends to maximize the digital footprint of the islands of the Bahamas. He says Grand Bahama represents 3 distinct destinations, and its relaunch is critical to the country's economic success.
We will establish an identity for each of Grand Bahama's 3 destinations. Freeport and Lucaya will be marketed as a sports mecca, West Grand Bahama as an ecotourism sanctuary, and East Grand Bahama as a dynamic cultural village for the flourishing of the arts and artisanal craft.
De Aguilar says the Family Islands will not be left out as the Ministry of Tourism looks to reap greater benefits from tourism.
In the year ahead, the Ministry of Tourism will continue to work with stakeholders on each of the major Family Islands to enhance those unique experiences for which their respective destinations are known. Each major island will be strategically matched with the appropriate consumer audience and thereby solidify distinct niche markets for each island.
The minister says the Family Islands are the future of the country and their tranquil quality will be preserved. He says within 2 to 3 years, there will be a renaissance in the industry, and within 5 years, the ministry will be on course to achieve its goals of increased tourism revenue, a higher number of stopover visitors, and greater Bahamian ownership of the economy. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.